Hello, Bournemouth fans, and welcome to Cherries Red Army YouTube channel. We're 45 minutes till kickoff, and this is Lineups Live. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Let us know what you think in the chat. The lineups have just been released, and also like this video as well. Got a guest on to join me through this reaction to the team lineups. Jonathan Woodgate's first job or first pick as full-time head coach until the end of the season. Please welcome Steve Hensman. How are you?
Evening, mate. How are you doing?
Not too bad. And the lineups have just been released. But before we touch on them, Wickham last night did a bit of a favour for us. If we needed another incentive not to lose tonight, they beat Reading.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all to play for in these playoff positions at the minute. It doesn't seem like anyone really wants to cement a place in there, does it? Yeah, I mean, if we win tonight, that really puts the cat amongst the pigeons again, doesn't it? Really sort of puts us back in with a good shout, and it puts some distance between us and Cardiff. So fingers crossed. Let's hope Jonathan weaves his magic.
And that uncertainty has now gone, Steve. Woodgate was confirmed in post on Sunday. There's no more excuses. Is that how you see it?
Well, yeah. He's got there's no reason why. Well, exactly what you said. You've got nobody to scapegoat now, no reason to scapegoat anything. He just needs to focus on the games, like he's told us time and time again, and get us these 3 points. I mean, that's what he's there to do till the end of the season.
Okay, let's get stuck into the lineups, and we'll move to our opposition first and have a look at Cardiff City. Mick McCarthy's Cardiff City lineup as Phillips, NG, Morrison, Flint, Nelson, Joe Bennett, Volks, Pack, Harry Wilson, Moore, Murphy, and the bench you can see as well has got players like Ojo as well in there, and Bakuna. When you look at that team, I mean, we know who comes to the front of that when we look at the squad, and it's Harry Wilson. Are you worried about Harry Wilson tonight?
I mean, from dead balls, yeah. And if he's picking up the knockdowns off of Kiefer Moore, that's what we've got to sort of stamp out, really. If we can cut the supply off to Moore, I don't see that players like Wilson and Ojo can get that involved, because that's what they're going to be doing, picking up the pieces off him. So, yeah, it's a decent side. There's some good players in there that can cause problems, and they're on a good vein of form. So you have to be careful.
They are in form, and like you say, Kiefer Moore's now got 14 goals. He's an aerial threat as well. Somewhere we've struggled defensively. Is that a concern and something we've got to deal with tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I say to cut off the supply. I don't think we're good with the balls into the box, as we've proven over the weeks. So if we can cut off the supply before it even gets to the big guy, then I think that's the way to go, to be honest.
And Mick McCarthy, unbeaten. I don't know what he's done or what he's changed. I mean, my guest on my preview said he just simplified their team and tactics, but they are unbeaten in 7, and he's unbeaten since he's come in. He knows this championship.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to a short Cardiff preview on YouTube earlier, and he was just saying he hasn't done anything special. He's just come in. He's not teaching these guys how to play football. He's just creating a team spirit, and it's kind of like really what we need to be getting together as well with Woodgate. It's what he needs to be instilling, a team ethic.
So he's been on the training ground for the last couple of days, and he's now the permanent head coach. Let's have a look at the team that Jonathan Woodgate has picked for tonight's game. So the team is Asmir Begovic in goal, a return for captain Cookie, Steve Cook, Lloyd Kelly, Jeff Lerma, Sam Surridge back in, Adam Smith, Lewis Cook, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Junior Stanislas, Diego Rico, and Philip Billing. Mark Travers is on the bench along with Chris Mepham, Jordan Samora, Pearson, Wilshire, Raquelme, Anthony, Danjuma, and Long. Again, this is going to be a bit of a weird one to lay out, and we're trying to figure it out because we don't get the graphics from AFC Bournemouth on Twitter anymore. So let's have a look at how this may play out. And we've had a we've sort of tried to have a look, haven't we, off screen, Steve? It
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Looks like a back three again. A
Yeah.
back three, but Steve Cook's in there. But what's your thinking? This is what we think it sort of looks like. And let us know in the chat what you think.
Yeah, to me, it looks like he's trying to match them up because they're playing a 3-5-2 sort of system. And it kind of screams to me he doesn't want to lose the game rather than going and winning it. But yeah, it didn't serve him well in the last game, did it? So I don't know. I kind of don't know why he hasn't gone a bit more attacking. Personally, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. But
yeah, I mean, on my match preview, Benjamin Bloom said that the reason he may have referred to a back three on Saturday is because that's how QPR and both Cardiff set up under Mick McCarthy. And like you said, he's trying to match him up. Do you know what my fear is I fear we may have a derby situation here. And when we're out of possession, we fall into this, really. Yeah. And that's what almost happened against Derby once they had the ball. And their centre-backs just took the ball over the halfway line. I mean... Yeah. Out of possession, we could easily end up like this.
Absolutely, and I think that's exactly where I don't want to be. I want that midfield and Sam Surridge. I want them pushing from the front, closing down their back three rather than sitting this deep. So, I hope that's something Jonathan's really sort of instilled into the players. He doesn't want them to sit, revert into something like that.
Okay. But it's good to see Sam Surridge start, came off the bench again, made a difference, got us back in the game. We couldn't get a point in the end, but he definitely needs to be starting most of these games in the last 15. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think he needs a run. I said it before. I think you can't just keep swapping strikers that, get game by game. They need game time. They need a run. They need to start getting partnerships going with whoever's playing around them. And if you're in and out of the side, there's no continuity again, is there? There's no chance for him to sort of build on what he's just done in the previous game. It's just almost like he's starting again every game. So I'm glad to see him back in there, and let's hope he gets one and he can stay in there.
I suppose a positive out of this formation is it might mean that we get Stanislas a little bit higher up the pitch. A return from Stanislas that has probably been the best in his career. I think he's joint top goal scorer. And if we can get him higher up the pitch and also give a bit of freedom to Billing and we can get on the ball in positive areas, we've got a chance.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. We've got a chance. Like we keep saying, week after week, these players should be beating most teams. But it's getting that continuity on the pitch, the team spirit and team effort and getting playing for each other that we seem to be lacking. I mean, if Jonathan can get a tune out of these players as a group, then I think that's the main concern. That's half the battle, really.
Just get your thoughts on Cameron Carter-Vickers. I think he's been excellent the last few games. He's really stepped up and now playing alongside Cook, he can build a partnership, whether that ends up continuing to be a back three. But Cameron Carter-Vickers, we can now see what the club wanted when they brought him in. Yeah,
solid, isn't he? He's exactly what I like in a centre back because he's no nonsense. He does the simple, correct decisions most times. He doesn't mess about. He's surprisingly good in the air for not particularly a big guy. And he's a hell of a strong player. I mean, he just levers people off the ball, doesn't he, at times? And he's also composed with the ball. So yeah, I really, really like him. And hopefully he can get a good partnership going with Cookie.
And someone on that bench that's not playing again tonight is Ben Pearson. I thought he would start tonight. Why is he not getting the game time that we'd probably expect him to get, especially after his performances that he's put in when he has played?
Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, it can't be a case of he's not fit enough. I mean, he's played half a season with Preston, so there shouldn't be any problems there. And he's obviously fit enough to get on the bench, so he's not carrying a knock or anything. Maybe just, I don't know, Jason, sorry. Jonathan doesn't fancy him. It's a bit of a mystery to me because when he came on in those couple of little spells we've seen him, I thought he did pretty decently in that role.
I suppose the way you say Jason, if he had been just to Mars and spent a few, been on Mars and just come back and you had a look at that formation, you probably would think Jason's still in charge because it doesn't look any different. Let us know your comments in the chat on I tell you what, let's have your score predictions and let's put them in the chat and I'll put them on the screen in a little bit. And what we will do at this stage, Steve, we'll just have a look at the league table that is finely balanced right now. And it is literally a win for Cardiff and it will swing the goal difference in favour for them with having more goals. We'll be outside the playoffs and I think that'll be the first case since the season started. Yeah,
I mean, it's the old football analogy of it's a 6-pointer if ever you've seen one, but this one's for the promotion playoff places. So yeah, I think if we lose this, I think it's going to be a hell of a kick to the teeth for the team to drop just psychologically dropping out of that promotion playoff places. I think that could potentially be quite damaging.
Yeah, I'm looking at that form guide of Cardiff City's and it's pretty frightening. And I think I am right in thinking they are top of the form guide as well on table format. Yeah. So difficult game ahead, you would think. Right, let's have a look at the scores coming through then. Thank you to everyone for joining us before kickoff. Excellent stuff going on in there, some excellent chat. So we've got Morgan going for 5-0, always confident. Not sure Mick McCarthy's going to give us that much, but thanks for joining, Morgan. Cameron, how are you? 1-1. 3-2, how you doing, Chris? Hope you've had a good day and hopefully the evening ends well as well. And what we got, Daniel going to Cardiff. Come on, stay positive, Daniel. Let's stay positive. We got a 1-0 for the Cherries. There's a predictable one, Steve.
Well, who'd have seen that coming, eh?
It's got to come in at some point. 15 games to go. So 3-1 there for Sammy. AFCB Germany, how you doing? 2-2. I think take a point, Steve. I mean, just don't lose the game.
Exactly that, and that's what I think that formation we've come up with. I think that screams out, "Don't lose the game." To me.
Thank you, Liam. 2-0. Mark Cole, how you doing? 2-1 win. Chris, have you been in again? You've changed it. 3-1. Join in the 3-1. We've also got Matthew. How you doing, Matthew? 3-1. Surridge double and a Stanislas free kick or a penalty. He likes a pen. How you doing, Heather? Enjoy the game. 2-1. Someone will get a hat trick. A couple of hat tricks there for Sam Surridge. Right, come on, Steve. How you feeling? Come on, how you feeling? How's it going to go? What's the score prediction?
Oh, it was going well, and then the QPR game happened, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 actually to us. I've got no reason for that. I just think we need to win the game. Simple as that.
I'm going to go for a 1-1. I just don't want to lose the game. I think, and if someone does win the game, I think whoever scores first will take all 3 points. But I'm going to go for a 1-1. Make sure you hit that like button. I don't know how many likes are on there at the moment, but hit the like button, give us a thumbs up. Also subscribe to our channel. We are 10 away from 250. Keep it going. Really appreciate your support. Remember as well, you can always sponsor this channel as well. And actually, thank you to Steve. You sponsored the channel the other day, so really appreciate that. Thank you. And Sammy Sammy did as well. So many thanks. Brilliant to do that. Let's get to 250 before Watford. That would be amazing. Right, we've got to do it tonight. We've got to turn up. We've got to start from minute 1. We've got to make sure we don't lose the game, obviously. But yeah, Steve, any closing comments?
Well, yeah, exactly that, mate. It is just don't lose this game. If we lose this game, I think that'd be quite psychologically damaging for the team going into Watford. Yeah, we've been there all season. We want to stay in there, and if we start dropping out, I just think that'll do us no favours whatsoever. So just don't lose the game.
About 30 minutes till kickoff, whether you're watching on AFCB TV live or Sky Sports on the red button, no replays, remember, don't take your eyes off it. Enjoy the game. Let's get the result. We'll also try and get a post-match review out after the game as well. So thank you for joining us. Have a good time. Enjoy the game. Let's get the result, and we'll speak to you and see you soon. Up the Cherries.